Drama. The people want drama. And you know what? Here I am serving you drama on the silver platter for today. This is your host, Marilyn Manhazel, coming at you with the extraness. Look what y'all got me doing. But let's continue with the story now. You know what? Just a quick shout out to my dad. He made me this microphone. It's so cute. Oh, shoot. So this story takes place around late 2015, early 2016. It was when y'all girl just started working at Disneyland, you know, just started getting my job. I was all into like the little jittery cast member kind of stuff. So all this took place during Dapper Day.
For those of you who don't know, quick Dapper Day recap, okay, is when people come dressed like from the 50s or the 60s, I think, and they all head to Disneyland to kind of like recreate the first day of Disneyland where all the rich people come dressed all very dapper. So that's what Dapper Day is.
Surprise, I was dressed like Belle. Okay, I was just as Belle, my sister was Cinderella, and my mom was just dressed normally. So we hung out at the parks for a few hours, and we were just headed back home. I'd say it was around 5 o'clock. We left early, only because,
you know, we basically lived at Disneyland, so being there for too long kind of meant, piecing out. We're trying to go get something to eat.
So we were walking to the trams. You know how they have like little sections where you can just stand while you wait for the tram to come? Right, so that's what we were doing. It was lonely. I mean, at 5 o'clock in Dapper Day, nobody really leaving. So it was my mom and I and my sister in one line, and on the next one was two, I like to say, teenage girls and their mom. I think it was their mom. All right, so the tram pulls up, right? And then so the first person to go is my mom. So she walks over, reaches for the handle, twists it, and opens it. Now, when she opens it,
basically next to us, I don't know why the hell they were so close to us in the beginning. I mean, there were, you know how the tram is, and it was empty,
So when my mom swings the door open, she accidentally bumps one of the teenage girls that was there. I saw it. The girl didn't even take 1 second to inhale before she was like,
damn, say sorry.
And my mom was just like, the bitch didn't even give her a second to be like, oh shoot, my bad. My mom didn't purposefully disrespect this girl by hitting her, but now that I'm thinking about it, I knew she was gonna be that rude and knock that bitch out with the door. And then my mom starts making fun of her. She was like, damn, at least say sorry. But she obviously did it with the way of like, hard enough for the girl to hear. And the girl starts mocking her. Now my mom has an accent, okay? She is from El Salvador, born and raised. She speaks English, but she has the accent. So the girl obviously hears her, right? And this is all happening while everybody's like getting into the tram. And she's like, say it again. And my mom was like, at least say sorry. Like my mom just started making fun of her. And then so she was like, say it again. And she kept saying it and my mom kept repeating it. So I think she thought my mom wasn't gonna say anything. At this point, I'm already in the tram and I'm hearing this go on. No, I thought it was gonna be over like in a quick jiff, you know? Because I'm just like, y'all so disrespectful. Like the lady accidentally hit you. You didn't even give her a second to look at you and say sorry. You just automatically began being a bitch. Okay. So when I got inside, they kept going at it and the girl kept giving her more sass. And so I look at her, dressed in my little cute little Belle dress, you know. I look at her and I'm like, don't talk to my mom like that. And then she looks at me. She's just like,
well, she's the one who hit me with the door. You should say sorry. She didn't even say sorry.
And I look at her, I'm like, girl, with that attitude, ain't nobody trying to say sorry to you. At least not me. At least not her. Maybe somebody else that you're like intimidated and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. But no, not me, especially with that. Ooh, I understand it was my mom's fault accidentally hitting you, but at least give this woman 1 second before you throw attitude at her, okay? Anyway, so after I told her that, she's like, well, she should have said sorry. And I'm like, she's not saying sorry. She's not saying sorry. If you're giving her that attitude, maybe if you wouldn't given her that attitude, she would have wanted to be sorry. But ain't nobody trying to feel sorry for you now. And then meanwhile, I was talking to her like that. They were sitting in the back, mind you, so it was like that, right? So I was like this, and I was talking to her like this. The girl next to her, which I'm assuming is her friend, I don't know if it was sister, I don't know if it was friend, but the other girl, that dumb bitch, she started getting into this conversation, going off like a crazy ass bitch. Like, my conversation was with girl number 1, and girl number 2 was like, so your girl's purposefully ignoring girl number 2 because I know by the way that she was acting, I know she was desperate to get into my nerves. She was desperate to get to my attention. It's one of those people that, I'm ignoring her, but I'm seeing from peripheral vision, and I'm just like, this bitch is doing too much. Okay, she's doing too much, and this is coming from the girl who's dressed too much, but you acting too much. Okay, I'm not trying to have beef. To be quite honest, at this point, at this rate, I'm just call me a vegetarian because I don't want any beef. Now, I was speaking with girl number 1, meanwhile girl number 2 was going at it and crazy, right? And I'm like, and at this point now, the beef is between Belle and Miss Dumb Bitch, okay? Out of nowhere, people start getting more and more people started getting in the tram. So now I'm over here, like this, looking at this girl behind me, right? I am trying my hardest, y'all. I am trying with all my might not to cuss. You say one word, they look at you.
My child is right here. Little Jimmy cannot be listening to this.
I'm pretty sure little Jimmy will be exposed to worse things that mean saying fuck. Well, not classy to say it in front of kids. That's why I didn't say it. So at one point, the girl number 2, she's like, yeah, Belle, shut up, Belle. Like, calling me my favorite princess's name as if, like, were you trying to make me feel dumb? Because she was calling me Belle, but I knew she was trying to make it in, like, a derogatory way, because she was like, yeah, Belle. And I'm over here like, yeah, bitch, I am Belle. We all know this. I'm dressed as Belle. The fuck? I'm a beauty. I can show you the beast if you want to. You're gonna do something, dumbass bitch. So anyway, I keep saying anyway, man. Take a shot every time I say anyway. Alright, so at this point, she and I have been arguing for about a good 2 minutes, okay? The longest 2 minutes of my life, because in those 2 minutes, usually the tram just gets people inside, and they dip out. We leave. So by this time, we were bickering for 2 minutes, and the mom that was exactly right behind me was like,
Okay. You guys need to stop. Just stop.
right? And everything was quiet for like 1 second. And then I'm like, but she's not gonna say, like, the mom really thought she was gonna shut me up. She really thought. Try again. But at this point, I'm like, no, my problem is with you, not with your mom. So, of course, I started again directing my attention to her, to girl number 1, and just started talking smack. But an educated kind of smack. Anyway, okay. So a few more seconds went by, and finally, girl number 1 decides to shut the fuck up. Because apparently she got the hint that I wasn't going to stop talking until she stopped talking. Girl number 2 did not stop talking. I'm like, I'm just going to ignore her. Because she clearly wanted my attention. And what a better way to get a bitch mad than to not give her your attention. So I did it. So once I was done talking with girl number 1, I turned around and noticed everybody else staring. Even the cast members, when we were arguing, the cast members just stood there and just looked. They didn't even call security, and they were just standing there like,
So is it serious enough to call security?
so I turn around, right? And my mom's right next to me, and my sister's on the other side. This kid had this Disneyland balloon, right? So she starts talking to me about the balloons and how estoy segura que quizás unos $20 por globo. And I'm over here speaking with her in Spanish, because that's what a bilingual bitch does. Tell me why this bitch girl number 2, legit, without any shame, just yells,
Why don't you just go back to Mexico?
Get closer. Mamita, ¿cómo putas me voy a regresar a un país que jamás yo he visitado? At least not at that point in time, because I just recently went to Cabo, and that's the first time I've ever been to Mexico, okay? It's like saying go back to the future. I know that's a movie and in the movie it was possible, but realistically, a bitch cannot go back to the future. It does not make sense. I've never been to Mexico and I'm not Mexican, okay? So I was so mad that I was so relaxed. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that feeling, okay? Girl number 2 tried it again desperately and sadly now in a very racist way that she wanted me to turn around and give her attention. But you know what? Your classy ass bitch didn't. And it's funny because now I think about it and I'm like, I should have just turned around, literally stuck this shit right up her nose. Because I had this. I always take it a dapper day because it's very dapper, okay? So I felt like I was 1 second away from it being the happiest place on earth to being at this bitch's funeral. Like, Your Honor, I don't know how the bitch ended up under the tram, getting hit by all the wheels. I don't know, Your Honor. Okay, maybe not really. I wasn't gonna kill her, but I was wearing these gloves too. I mean, they were in better shape back then. Sitting there like this. And before you guys assume anything, all 3 of them were Asian. Not even her friend was backing her up with these comments, okay? Her friend was silent. I didn't even hear a little nothing to back her up. Like, that's how you know you fucked up. Now, when not even your friend is backing you up. So I pretended I didn't hear her. I think if you're causing trouble in Disneyland, especially something that has to do with racism, the company's gonna be like, we don't stand for that. You were in our property, being disrespectful. Out of my park. I'm not doing it. I know that I always say that you will get what you give, but this is the only time that I did not. I did not. It just didn't feel right to me. I was just so fucking angry, and I still didn't do it. You know, I'm just like, you know, growth.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the racist in Disneyland. So if that ever happens to you, just call Mickey. Call Mickey.